Now, Corey, tell me about what else is happening in Washington State. There's female students there fighting for a ballot initiative to protect girls' sports, and there's also another initiative to strengthen parental rights after Washington State passed legislation that will remove the requirement for parents to receive notice when their children receive non-emergency medical services at school. That just seems incredible that your child could be receiving some sort of medical care. I don't know, perhaps some sort of hormones or puberty blockers, and the parents aren't advised. What's likely to happen in these cases?
Yeah, the lunatics at the teachers' unions are trying to keep secrets from parents. And guess what? There's these two initiatives that are probably going to make it onto the ballot. It looks like they're going to have enough signatures to restore parental rights in education and protect girls' sports, keep boys out of girls' sports. These are 80-20 issues on the side of the Republicans. Let's see if they can get it done in a deep blue state controlled by Democrats and teachers' unions in Washington. It'll be a very unique test case. But the teachers' union, the Washington Education Association, is the main opponent of these two initiatives. They don't want to put it to the ballot. They know they're going to lose. So they're starting an initiative of themselves to stop people from signing the sheets in order to get it on the ballot in November of 2026. So there's events held right now by Let's Go Washington, the main group in favor of protecting girls' sports and parental rights in education. And there was a recent event where you had high school girls basically speaking out, saying there was a boy in my locker room. This didn't make any sense and it's unsafe. And so it's really a shame that the dads haven't really stepped up in stronger numbers. It's a shame that the girls themselves had to come out and say, you know what, adults shouldn't pressure young girls to undress in front of boys and men. I mean, this is just common sense stuff. But the liberal lunatics have gone so far off the deep end, and the teachers' unions are dragging them down every step of the way. But hopefully parents will win this case in Washington, and it'll lay a blueprint for other blue states to go forward and do the right thing as well.
Now, before you go, Corey, I want to play you this exchange between Alex Bruesewitz and a journalist at the Doha Forum a few days ago. This was all about the stolen election narrative.
And Alex, no matter how many times you repeat that there was a rigged election, there is no evidence of that. But anyway, in my question... You're
very confident saying there is no evidence of a rigged election. Are you familiar with a guy named Hunter Biden? Well, if you're not familiar, he was Joe Biden's son. And he liked to have relations with prostitutes and film it and put it on a laptop. He liked to do crack cocaine and film it and put it on a laptop. And everybody in the legacy media, they said that is something called Russian disinformation. It wasn't Russian disinformation. That was a true laptop. Nobody in the media covered it. And if you posted about it on social media, you got censored and lost your account. And so after the election, it came out and they said, if you knew that laptop was real, would you have voted for Joe Biden? 20% of people who voted for Joe Biden said they wouldn't have done so. So if you're talking about just one aspect, that's called rigging an election.
Corey, that doesn't even begin to cover the money that they spent fortifying the election, as Time magazine put it. Tell me about this ongoing debate about the 2020 election and the many ways in which that election result was influenced.
Yeah, I like how that questioner at the Doha Forum was basically tried to slide that in there. There's no evidence of a rigged election. Then he tried to ask some other question. Good thing on Alex for calling him out and setting the record straight. I mean, look, the New York Post, I remember on Twitter at the time before Elon Musk was in charge and changed it over to X, you couldn't even post that New York Post article. It would just, it wouldn't allow you to do it. So that is interference in the election. And so, you know, it goes so many layers deeper than that. But at the end of the day, I'm kind of happy that Trump didn't win the 2020 election, because now we have Trump 2.0. You know, you only get 2 4-year terms here in America. And so I'm glad he's president right now. And he's, you know, after all that's happened to him and the election being stolen from him in 2020, he's kind of gone, you know, full throttle now. And I think we've gotten even more emboldened Trump than we would have beforehand.
I think you're right there. And you've got a far sounder administration. He's got much better people around him. I think one of the greatest mistakes of his first term was some of the judgment calls he made in the people he put in positions. And this time around, he seems to have everyone on the same team going in the one direction. Corey DeAngelis, thank you so much for your time tonight.
Hey, thanks, Rita. Good talking to you.